Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will show you how I made this Nintendo Switch controller Pokemon cake. I know that's a lot, but just keep watching to the end so you can see my son's reaction. I'm not going to talk too much in this video. I just want you all to enjoy it. On parts that I think need a little more explanation, that's when I will talk. But other than that, just enjoy the video. I found a picture of the controller on the internet and printed it out where I blew it up and then printed it out. And now you just see me carving the cake. My cake was a little too short, so all I'm doing is just using the scraps and gluing them with buttercream to round out the rest of my controller handles. To round out your cake, just hard for me to explain this part. Hold your knife at like a 45-degree angle and cut your edges off. You want to make sure that you are cutting off small pieces at a time because it's easier to take it off than it is to replace cake. I smashed up some of my leftover cake scraps and some buttercream together. This is how you make cake pops, but this is also a really good way to do patchwork on your cakes. I put the scraps on that area, well, on top of the cake, just to give it more of a lift or like a bevel look. So we have rounded out the top of our cake. We want to make sure we round out the bottom. So again, hold your knife at around a 45-degree angle and cut that bottom layer of cake off. You can see it especially at the back how the cake looks like it's more lifted off of the cake board instead of sitting straight flush on the cake board. Now it's time to crumb coat. Once you finish crumb coating the whole cake, just stick it in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes will be best. Let that get firmed up and then you can add your second coat. All I'm doing here is just using a really thin piece of cardboard wrapped in saran wrap to smooth out the buttercream. I'm using my template to determine where my controller knobs are, and I'm using some of that cake pop mixture just to build up that area, because if you notice on that controller it's not completely flat, so that's why I did that, and you'll see me do this twice. So his controller is black at the bottom and then white at the top. So I'm just using Fonderific black fondant. I using Fonderific because that's what they have in Walmart, and it's easier for me to just buy black fondant than make my own. The only problem I have with this Fonderific for the black fondant is it bleeds really badly. And when it bleeds, it's more like a brown bleed. But anyway, all I did was wrap the bottom of my cake in black, and then I rolled out my white fondant and laid that on the top, making sure I get into those crevices. Once you finish putting all your fondant on, now it's time to paint. And I just winged it. That's all I did for this. I really can't explain this part. I just winged it, put some little yellow lightning bolts, put a little splatter. I just tried to make it fun and colorful and similar to the controller. This is a brick fondant embosser. I got this from Amazon. The only downfall about this is it's hard. Like, it's not very pliable. So I ran into a little problem with that, but other than that, I think it worked out fine. I mixed some, you can use Everclear if you want to, but I used I can't remember that alcohol name, but it's 50% alcohol by volume, so you want a really high alcohol content. And I mixed the black in, and I also did it with red, and I did it also with that yellow, but you just see me outlining the brick pattern. So this is the finished look, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comment and give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, do everything. Y'all let me know how y'all like this cake. That's how you play your game on your controller, with your controller. Go ahead.
If it was my cake and it was real, and it was still big, I would be playing like this.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to DJ. Happy birthday to you. And many more. You don't know what you wish for?
No.
Oh, well, go on, blow out your candles then. Yep, more game. That's all. Yay! Make sure y'all like, thumbs up, and comment. And I'll see y'all in the next video. See y'all.